What would you do if you were called to make a decision that would define not only your life, but the future of an entire nation? Solomon, the son of David, faced just such a challenge when he was young. With a kingdom on his shoulders and the weight of his father's legacy behind him, God gave Solomon an incredible offer: ask for anything. Solomon's response would change the course of history. But what if the true wisdom he asked for wasn't just for ruling a kingdom? What if it's meant for each of us today? Solomon's wisdom didn't come from mere intellect. It came from an intimate relationship with God. As we read in 1 Kings 3 verse 9, when Solomon was asked by God what he wanted, he chose wisdom over wealth, fame, or power. Give your servant a discerning heart to govern your people and to distinguish between right and wrong. God not only granted him wisdom, but also gave him a heart of humility, something many of us overlook in our quest for knowledge today. Solomon's wisdom was a gift, but it came with great responsibility. But Solomon didn't just talk about wisdom, he lived it. And through his writings, especially the Proverbs, he left behind a treasure trove of insights for us to uncover. When we read the Proverbs, we're not simply looking at a collection of wise sayings. We re-peering into the mind of a man who understood the weight of life's decisions, the complexities of human nature, and the path to spiritual fulfillment. Proverbs 1 verse 7 tells us, "The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge." That's the cornerstone of Solomon's wisdom. The understanding that true wisdom isn't just intellectual, it's spiritual. The Proverbs are more than advice. They are invitations to align ourselves with the divine order of the universe. Consider Proverbs 3 verses 5 to 6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to him, and he will make your paths straight. In today's fast-paced world, we often rely on our own understanding to navigate challenges. But Solomon's words challenge us to pause, trust, and seek divine guidance before making decisions. When was the last time you truly trusted God with your path? Solomon's wisdom was not just about how to rule a kingdom. It was about how to navigate relationships. In Proverbs 15 verse 1, he writes, "A gentle answer turns away wrath, but a harsh word stirs up anger." In a world where confrontation is often the first instinct, Solomon reminds us that the power of a soft answer can break down walls and heal rifts. How many of us have experienced moments where a harsh word has escalated tension? Or how often have we wished we had responded differently, more kindly, in a heated conversation? Solomon's wisdom teaches us that relationships thrive on gentleness and understanding. And in Proverbs 4 verse 23, he adds, "Above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it." Our relationships, whether with family, friends, or colleagues, are deeply affected by the condition of our hearts. Solomon understood that the state of our inner world shapes the way we engage with others. So, when our hearts are filled with bitterness, pride, or anger, those feelings will inevitably overflow into our relationships. But Solomon didn't just give us relational wisdom. He also imparted guidance on how to handle success and wealth. In Proverbs 10 verse 4, he states, "Lazy hands make for poverty, but diligent hands bring wealth." Solomon was keenly aware of the balance between hard work and divine provision. He didn't just preach about wealth, he practiced what he preached. Yet, in the very next verse, Proverbs 10 verse 5, he gives us another key principle. "He who gathers crops in summer is a prudent son, but he who sleeps during harvest is a disgraceful son." There's a time for everything: work, rest, and reaping. Solomon understood the rhythm of life, something many of us forget in our pursuit of wealth or success. Today, Solomon's advice is just as relevant. In a culture where people often seek instant gratification or the get-rich-quick mindset, Solomon reminds us that true wealth comes from discipline, patience, and aligning our work with God's purposes. So, what's the ultimate key to Solomon's wisdom? We see it in his final, and perhaps most profound, Proverbs, the fear of the Lord. In Proverbs 9 verse 10, he writes, "The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and knowledge of the Holy One is understanding." This fear isn't about being afraid of God. It's about reverence and awe, a deep respect for his ways and his will. Humility before God opens our hearts to his wisdom. As we see in James 1 verse 5, "If any of you lacks wisdom, Let him ask of God, who gives to all liberally and without reproach, and it will be given to him. Wisdom is a gift that we can ask for, but it requires that we acknowledge God as the source of all understanding. So, how does Solomon's wisdom speak to us today? We live in a world filled with noise, distractions, and conflicting opinions. Yet, in the midst of it all, Solomon's Proverbs stand as a timeless guide to navigating life's challenges. His words invite us to examine our hearts, to humble ourselves before God, and to pursue a life of wisdom, peace, and purpose. When we face difficult decisions, when we struggle in relationships, when we seek success or wealth, Solomon's Proverbs offer practical, spiritual insights that are as relevant now as they were thousands of years ago. How have Solomon's Proverbs spoken to your heart? Which part resonates most with your life's challenges? We'd love to hear your thoughts. Leave a comment below and share how you've experienced God's wisdom in your life. Don't forget to like this video, share it with someone who needs to hear this message, and subscribe to our channel for more biblical teachings. Hit the notification bell so you never miss an upload. Your support helps us continue sharing these inspiring stories. Thank you for watching. We pray that Solomon's wisdom continues to guide you, and that you may find peace and understanding as you seek God's direction in your life. Next week, we'll explore the incredible faith of Esther and how her bravery saved an entire nation. May your heart be filled with hope and your faith strengthened as you reflect on God's word today. God bless you.